Hello and welcome back to YOUKAI. Today, we're covering another Why You Should Watch series. If you haven't seen any of my others, I suggest go clicking on them if you're bored. I need the help. Please. Please. But back on track, today is Tower of God. If you're into webtoons or manhwas, then you may have heard of this, because it's finally getting its own anime in literally about 2 days from me making this video. The story follows a simple, linear goal. Reach the top and everything will be yours. At the top of the tower exists everything in this world, and all of it can be yours. You can become a god. This is the story of the beginning and the end of Rachel, the girl who climbed the tower so she could see the stars, and Bam, the boy who needed nothing but her. At first, the story doesn't seem so complex, but as you continue reading, you discover more and more about the workings of the tower. What I would compare this to is One Piece, where the reader is introduced to more and more of the world's secret as you progress, though One Piece does this a bit better. In doing so, a large portion of the earlier chapters may seem bland, but in actuality, they are used as setups for the later chapters. One other thing to note, this webtoon/manhwa has a habit of setting up competitions through sometimes overly complicated rule sets. I think this is a good idea, but sometimes the author goes overboard. Thankfully, the author has begun to do less of this in recent arcs. The art is very unique, and drawn by the author, Seiyu himself. I guess I'll see you later. Get it? No, okay, let's move on. Oh god, wait, is that what he actually looks like? Okay, well, anyways. The art is not his strong point towards the beginning of the webtoon, so if you decide to read this, bear with it as he gets way better as the story progresses, by the way, which has been going on for about 10 years now. That's crazy, we're in 2020, this started in 2010. And now, he probably has an amazing team helping him out. The characters, energy battles, backgrounds, fighting scenes, killer moves, and techniques are all drawn to the highest level of detail and beauty nowadays. It is simple, and at the same time, it's beautiful. Simplicity is beauty. You know, you gotta appreciate the little stuff in life. Character designs too are badass. The main character is the overpowered type, the destined one with unlimited talent and background. He's not the best character in the story, and kind of typical for a shonen. The other characters are where it's at. So many characters who are all written to absolute perfection. Their relationships, family background, character designs, they look cool, and their names even sound cool. They act cool, but of course this is a personal opinion, you know, you could disagree. Even minor characters usually show up or are involved in something later on. Everything and everyone seems connected really well with everything else. The development is quite good. As you go in deeper, you'll find out even more cool ass characters and even badass ones, even terrible ones, you name it, they have everything. Now, as a side note, I would like to say that the Webtoons has a lot of controversy about the starting of its creation. A lot of people can agree that the art mixed with the slow start did make it quite unbearable to read, so I hope, that this doesn't happen with the anime. But considering the reviews have changed, saying that this is possibly one of the best ongoing Webtoons, it shows that Seiyu knew how to make a turnaround. So maybe we can disregard all of this because now they have a second chance to grab us at the start of the anime. Most webtoons and mangas aren't really given a second chance after having a bad representation of themselves in the starting period. But we can think of this as a beginning series like Tokyo Ghoul, where the art style of the manga was absolutely horrid and made the story hard to view due to its distracting images. Nonetheless, if you're a dedicated artist and managed to pull yourself out of the trenches of World War III, then you deserve the credit just like Seiyu, and I guess he will be seeing you later. Also, considering I've mentioned the art style many times over, it might be useful to include that the anime will be having a very niche style too, or at least not your typical 2020 anime feel, where it all looks like My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, or Black Clover. Instead, the anime is going for that grunge texture animation that gives a big nod to its webtoon. It may be because of the production investment not being high, or other reasons that, we're just unaware of, but I think a lot of us can appreciate this style regardless. To conclude, I think the only thing this series needs to work on is how they handle the characters, but overall, it's a really good read and it could be a possibly good watch, and I definitely recommend to shonen fans. It's a perfect mix of action, adventure, mystery, and drama. That wraps up everything. I've been YOUKAI, thanks for watching, and peace out.